They say love is blind. But what if it's not blindness? What if it's programming? The way we fall for someone isn't random. It's a reflection of the patterns buried deep in our subconscious. We think we choose who we love, but in truth, we are drawn to the familiar, the same emotional patterns, the same unhealed wounds. Attraction, at its core, is not about beauty or charm. It's about recognition. When someone feels right instantly, it's rarely because they're perfect. It's because something in them mirrors a part of you that you've known before, even if that part once caused you pain. This is the dark psychology of attraction. It's not a love story. It's a loop, a hidden algorithm of the mind that pulls you toward what feels familiar, even when what feels familiar once broke you. Our brains crave emotional familiarity more than they crave happiness, because the unknown, even if it's good, feels unsafe. So the mind keeps returning to what it already knows. The same personalities, the same dynamics, the same endings. You don't fall for people by accident. You fall for patterns, for gestures, tones, silences that remind your nervous system of home. But not every home was safe. That's why we repeat. We fall for the same type of person under a different face. And every time we tell ourselves, this one is different. But the truth is, it's the same story with new actors. Our subconscious doesn't seek love. It seeks resolution. It keeps finding people who resemble the ones who hurt us, hoping for a different ending. That's not romance. That's repetition. You fall for the wrong people, not because you're weak, but because your mind confuses intensity with connection. The stronger the emotion, the more real it feels, even if it's chaos. This is why calm love feels boring to those who grew up in emotional storms. Peace feels unnatural. The nervous system doesn't trust quiet. It only trusts what it survived. When someone triggers both excitement and fear, that's not chemistry, it's memory. Your body recognizes the emotional chaos it once knew and calls it passion. It's not love. It's a nervous system déjà vu. You think your heart is choosing, but often it's your trauma choosing for you, replaying old pain dressed as something new. The faces change, but the emotional blueprint stays the same. That's why people who treat you with real care may feel off, because care doesn't match the rhythm your body remembers. It's too steady, too unfamiliar, too safe. Healthy love doesn't spike your adrenaline. It doesn't make you chase, beg, or prove your worth. It simply exists, calm, steady, present. But to someone conditioned by chaos, peace feels like danger. So you pull away. You find comfort in the unpredictable, mistaking anxiety for attraction. You crave what hurts because pain feels like home. This is how we fall for the wrong people. Not because we want pain, but because pain feels like the only language our hearts still understand. And those who hurt us, they often carry the same wounds we do. That's why we recognize them so easily. Their darkness speaks to ours. Attraction is not always connection. Sometimes it's trauma bonding, two unfinished stories trying to write their endings inside each other. The truth is, love doesn't heal you. It only mirrors what still needs healing. And until you face that reflection, you'll keep mistaking intensity for intimacy. The dark psychology of attraction isn't evil. It's survival. It's your mind's way of saying, here's your past again. Will you repeat it or rewrite it this time? Every person you meet becomes a mirror. They show you where you are healed and where you are still bleeding. That's why some people feel magnetic. They touch the wound you try to hide. The most dangerous attraction isn't physical. It's emotional familiarity disguised as destiny. You feel seen, but what you're really seeing is your own reflection. That's why the one often feels like déjà vu, Because deep down, you've been here before. Different body, same energy, same emotional gravity. And when that pattern breaks, when you finally meet someone healthy, your mind doesn't recognize it as love. It feels too calm, too safe, too still, like silence after years of noise. So you test them. You create distance. You provoke reaction. You look for the chaos, because part of you still believes that peace means danger, and love must hurt to be real. But that's not love. That's survival disguised as connection. And once you see it, really see it, you can't unsee it. Awareness is the first step out of the loop. The moment you realize that your attraction isn't random, it's your past replaying itself, you gain the power to choose differently. Healing doesn't mean you stop feeling drawn to the wrong people. It means you stop following that pull. You notice it. You understand it. And you walk away anyway. That's where real strength lives, not in avoiding pain, but in refusing to repeat it. Because one day, you'll meet someone who doesn't trigger your wounds. They'll meet your peace instead. And for the first time, love won't feel like losing yourself. It'll feel like coming home. When that happens, your nervous system won't panic. It will exhale. It will finally understand that safety is not boredom. It's freedom. This is what healing attraction looks like. Not fireworks, but grounding. Not intensity, but presence. Not obsession, but calm connection. The dark psychology of attraction teaches us this. We aren't broken for loving the wrong people. We were just trying to find the right ending to an old story. So the next time you feel that instant spark, pause. Ask yourself, is this love? Or is this my past asking for another chance to repeat itself? Because true love doesn't feel like fire. It feels like warmth, steady, quiet, enduring. And when you stop chasing intensity, you make space for depth. When you stop seeking chaos, you finally find peace. You'll realize that love isn't supposed to be a battlefield. It's not meant to break you just to prove it's real. Love is meant to build you, gently, quietly, completely. And maybe that's the hardest truth to accept, that love doesn't have to hurt to matter. That calm doesn't mean cold, and that safety isn't the same as boredom. When you learn that lesson, attraction changes. You stop falling for people who feel like your past, and start connecting with those who align with your future. That's when love finally becomes what it was always meant to be. Not a cycle, not a wound, not a test, but a choice. A choice you make consciously, not subconsciously. So if you've been wondering why you fall for the wrong people, the answer isn't in them. It's in you, in what feels familiar, in what your heart still thinks it needs to fix. But once you see the pattern, you can break it. You can rewire what love means. You can teach your heart that peace doesn't mean danger. It means it's finally safe. And that's the real transformation. Not when you stop loving, but when you start loving differently. So don't hate the part of you that fell for the wrong person. It wasn't weakness. It was wisdom in disguise. A way for your mind to show you where you still need healing. The dark psychology of attraction isn't just about who we desire. It's about what our soul still longs to understand. Because love isn't just emotion. It's memory. And sometimes healing means rewriting what love used to mean. So let it end. Let the old pattern fade. And when someone new arrives, don't look for the spark that burns. Look for the calm that lasts. That's the difference between addiction and connection, between intensity and intimacy, between being consumed and being seen. The dark psychology of attraction isn't here to make you afraid of love. It's here to make you aware. Because once you understand why you fall for the wrong people, you'll finally be ready to meet the right one.